Hola Beauties, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to teach you my absolute favorite neutral glam. So if you want to know how I create this look, please keep on watching. Alright, so let's get right into the look. I've already done my brows, however they look so messy. I need to carve them out because I've not got threading done in like a while. I'm kind of growing out my facial hair overall as well, and including my eyebrows, so that I can film a facial hair removal video for you guys, so bear with it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna dive into the tutorial. आप लोगों ने पहले look देख लिया, मुझे नहीं पता how the look will turn out, but it's my version of like a classic wearable soft glam. And yeah, I'm gonna move on to concealing my brows and doing my eyes now. Also, I got my hands on a couple of e.l.f. products. I just got like the concealer, foundation, and also the bite-sized palette, but I'm not going to use that today. So all I'm going to use that today is probably the foundation and the concealer to cover up my brows. I'm using the concealer in the shade medium warm. Also, it's the first time I'm using them. Alright, so the brows are carved out, and for the eyeshadow palette of today, I'm going to use my absolute favorite eyeshadow palette. This is the only eyeshadow palette that I take everywhere. I believe is the most practical eyeshadow palette and pretty much everything I require to do my wearable glam, and that is the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1, if I'm not wrong. And I really love this palette. Can you see? मुझे दिखाने में शर्म आ रही है because this is so crusty and dirty because it's overloved. Like, this palette is overloved, and I seriously love this palette. And today, as we are playing in the warm neutrals, that is my personal favorite category. Burnt orange warm neutral shades just do it for me. We're gonna play with these warm neutral colors, and yeah, so let's get right into it. But before that, I'm gonna prime my eyelids with the same e.l.f. concealer. Not set my concealer, I'm gonna start with the wet base itself. So I'm picking this matte camel brown, light brown transition shade on my B215 precision blending brush. And starting from the outer corner, I'm just gonna buff that in and take it all the way into my crease. I'm going to take a little more of the same shade and create some depth in the outer corner and pull it outwards in a slight wing manner. So all I did here was builded the depth on the outer corner, dragged it into a V sort of a shape, and then whatever was left on my brush, I just took it into the crease all the way in and left the lid area completely blank. Next up, I'm going to pick that matte black from the palette in the shade Memory on an angular brush. And I'm going to create a wing with that black shadow. I'm going to pick that deep brown in the shade Ritual from the palette on the same B215 blending brush and smudge out that black liner for a very soft smudged liner smokiness. So don't worry if it looks a little muddy and unclean towards the end and everything, because either you can start with like taping your eyes in a certain way, but I could not really find sellotape anywhere, so all I did is just do my eyes the way I want, and later I'm gonna clean it into a sharp wing. Now again, I'm gonna take some Soothe on the same brush. I'm gonna pick a mix of Ritual and Soothe, dust off the excess, and just build up in the crease ever so slightly. This will really open up the eye and, you know, give it that nice elongated look with like the brightness towards the inner corner. Lastly, I'm going to dive into this beautiful orange shade in the shade Story and dust off the excess. Build up on that warm orange towards my outer corner to provide some more warmth to this whole eye look. Yeah, so I'm done with one eye. I'm gonna go off camera and do the other eye really quick as well. Alright, so I did the other eye off camera as well. Now I'm gonna clean the edges of both the eyes with some micellar water and cotton pads. I'm using the Eva Cosmetics micellar water just in case somebody wants to know. Yeah, so that's the sharp cut that I was looking for. Alright, so I love the sharp edges. Now to maintain the winged look of the eye shape, I'm also going to use a lash that works similarly. The Vampire Beauty eyelash, it's in the style Future is Female, and this lash is like, you know, thinner towards the inner corner and just flares out towards the outer corner to really give me that elongated eye look. So yeah, I'm just gonna pop on the lashes off camera. So the lashes are on and I absolutely love how the eyes look. Really nice and elongated and sultry, yet so soft, and it's all matte, no glitters and shimmers in there, and just looks very nice and classy. I really love this eye look. This is pretty much like my go-to eye makeup for any occasion, because this is gonna go with any freaking outfit you want. My primer, I'm gonna use the Smashbox Radiance Finish Primer. All my makeup is so crusty and dirty. I don't know why. I just cleaned my vanity. I cannot even. I'm gonna take around this much, like a decent size, rub that all into my skin. It's a radiant primer, so it imparts a slight glow to the skin. And for the foundation, I got the e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation. I have picked it in the shade 300 Sand. It has a neutral undertone. It says oil-free, medium coverage. Have not tried this one yet to even open it for that matter. So it comes with a pump like this, and I don't know how the shade, I mean, if it is a good match or no. Let's see how well of a job I did in the shade matching. So to begin with, I only have one pump on the back of my hand. I'm gonna dot it. That seems like a good shade match, honestly. Let's see if the undertone is right or not. I believe I could have gone a little warmer, but let's see, we're still here. And I'm gonna use my favorite Cal makeup blender to blend it out, because this does not soak much product. And let's see. Alright, so as per what I see, it's a very light to medium coverage foundation. It says it's buildable, so we're going to try that with putting another layer on top, because this is very light coverage. Also, since my skin is not at its best at the moment, and yeah, my skin is kind of breaking out and I need a lot more coverage right now. So yeah, I'm probably gonna go out with another layer and see how it builds up. But currently I can easily say it's a light medium coverage. It's not full coverage at all. It's not even like a very medium coverage. It's pretty on the lighter coverage side of things, as I can see. So I'm gonna take one whole pump and let's see how that translates onto my face. I'm gonna add it only where I require. Also, I did a pretty good job with the shade match, you have to give it for me. Just that the undertone is not right for me. I have more of a warmer undertone and this is a neutral undertone. So it looks kind of, how to say, a little lifeless on me, if you get me. Yeah, I would have preferred a little more yellow in this, like a little more yellow undertone, a little more warmer undertone. So yeah, this is a little too neutral and a little too olivey for my liking. Yeah, so it certainly builds up well. Like, it's not getting cakey as I build it up. I like this coverage a lot more. Probably I should have gone with 2 pumps to begin with, but yeah, I like this a lot more. And for the last bit of the first impressions, the foundation has this nice satin finish, as it says on the packaging as well. It is a satin finish foundation and it does translate on the skin as well. It has a slight radiant skin-like finish. Quite like the foundation so far. And moving on to the concealer. Where did I keep it now? Concealer in the shade medium warm, but I feel it's a little too light for concealing because I have severe dark under eyes going on. So I would actually like to go with my Too Faced concealer first to, you know, just neutralize the darkness, and then use this as the brightening concealer because it also has a beautiful yellow undertone to it. This is in the shade warm beige, so it will just neutralize the darkness because this one is like a little too dark for my complexion again. Just a tad bit of the e.l.f. one. So to set my face, I'm going to use the K Beauty loose powder in the shade Banana, and this is one of my ultimate favorite, the best loose powder. I mean, I have tried it lately and I'm loving it a little too much, I must tell you. I'm going to pick this on the Wet n Wild Angular Blush brush, but actually this gives a lot more precision to really manage the product, because it is a cool toned, you know, contour product, and if you go overboard with a very fluffy brush, it's going to look a lot more muddy and not good really. So use a precision brush. So you see how this gives a nice shadow and really structure to my face. Also some to cut that double chin. Alright, so I'm going to skip a bronzer but go ahead with like two blushes instead. One is this one by Colorbar. That is my absolute favorite blush. It's the Colorbar Matte Illusion blush in the shade Fallen Leaves. It's a stunning muted brown blush. So I'm going to place this one more towards the outside portion of my face, and the other one, that is Gingerly by MAC, this one towards the apples of my cheeks, so that I have a flush and a really nice bronzy glow flush going on. I don't know what I'm saying by this point. If you feel that's enough blush, you can definitely stop at this point, but we never really stop with blush and there's nothing like too much blush. So I'm going to take some of the Gingerly by MAC and pop that on as well. So to complete the look, I'm going to also smoke out my lower lash line real quick. Also, I'm only going to go until 1/3 or maximum half my lower lash line, and that's pretty much it. I'm also going to add a white kohl to really open up my eyes. I'm going to do my lips now, and for that I'm going to use the LA Colors Auto Lip Liner in the shade Perfect Brown and line my lips. I'm going to fill it in with the Sugar Matte as Hell Crayon lipstick in the shade Peach, Princess Peach. I'm going to use the Sugar Dewy Setting Mist and spritz my face. Oh my god, what the did just happen? The sugar setting spray just made my face look so patchy. Oh my god, the makeup was looking so fucking good. It just, you know, it just comes in such thick droplets on your face. So I tried to save today's makeup with some powdering and using a better setting spray. However, we're going to move on to the highlighter, and for that I'm going to use the Ofra Cosmetics the Ofra Cosmetics mini highlighter and hit the very high points of my face. I'm not looking for like a blinding highlight, but like a very soft glow towards the high points of my face. And that is the final look. I really love how the entire look turned out. Love how it's so sultry, a little bit of smokiness in there with the liner, yet it's very neutral. The whole palette is very wearable and neutral. You can definitely skip on the lashes if you want, but trust me, if you want to have my word, lashes just take this look to another freaking level. Maybe you can choose a lighter lash or a heavier lash as per your liking. But yeah, I'm really digging this look. And that's all I got for you today. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. And for more such tutorials and all the beauty gyan that I spill, subscribe to my channel and leave a like if you liked it. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you in my next one.